Hello and welcome. Welcome to Drakenmemoria. Yay! What is Drakenmemoria, you may ask? Well, it's Dungeons & Dragons, or more specifically, a group of people playing Dungeons & Dragons. And don't worry, tonight it's not 3 people in the black screen playing Dungeons & Dragons. We just got a message from Remy. He says he's going to be there in a few moments. So, yay! 4 players. Yeah, Dungeons & Dragons. So if this is not something you want to watch, well, it's a free world. You're on the internet. Do something else. I feel like you've missed the message if you're here every week and you don't actually want to be here. But hey, who knows? But for everyone else who actually wants to be here, no matter the reason, even if it's a weird, twisted reason that you like suffering, welcome among us. It's a pleasure to have you with us. So long as you stay civil in the chat, you're welcome here. Hey, someone's scared of dying today. Hello. Oh, that completely fucked up the camera of Thobiashi. Alright, hold on.
How dare you?
Yeah, sometime.
I mean, I guess I could technically fuck both of those things, but maybe not at the same time.
Yeah, well, you never know. Alright. There's an easy way of settling this thing with him. Let's go with...
Well, the easiest way to settle it is to murder one of them, but I think the camera's more expensive.
Well, no, I was thinking about hacking his computer and shocking him from a distance, but yeah, no, I don't think it's legal anymore.
Anymore.
All right.
I mean, I guess you want to get really technical. It's like, like most things are legal until otherwise.
Absolutely. All right. So, like I was saying, if this is not something you want to watch, well, go do something else. If you're actually here because you want to be here, because it's fun for you to watch us, no matter the reason, so long as you stay civil in the chat, you're welcome to be among us. It's a pleasure to have you with us. If you're new, well, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. What else can we say? If you like the thunderstorm in the background, ambient mixer, you can make your own ambience. You only have to pay when you download them, and it's 98% royalty free. Just look at the fine print for some of the sound that you may put in. There's a small percentage of them that are not royalty free. Battle maps, it's Dungeon Alchemist, and world map, it's Wonderdraft. Hey! Hey man, I actually might be able to start doing those map streams that I've been talking about. I might get a new computer really soon. Yay! Either by the end of the year or at the beginning of the next year, so should probably start along with that new computer. Because there are places in the internet now where they're saying that they're not going to support my OS anymore. It's too old. So
Another Mac?
Well, why not?
No reason. Keep going.
They're really good for video editing, and yeah.
I just wanted to make a joke about like a dragon just like macking on them girls.
Well, if it only attracts one, I'll be happy.
And no, internet Siri doesn't count.
No. But hey, who knows? Usually there's a lot of Mac in the artist industry, and a whole lot of artists are female. So who knows? Maybe it will actually work out. Or not. Probably not. But hey. You have to hope at one point. I'm not getting any younger. So, damn, I sound like I have a really bad and sad life. Sorry.
But no, it's just like there's like the curve for men in society is a little different. It's like they go up a little bit, then they dip down, but then as they get older, they actually start going up again.
Well, that's not what they say when you talked about this to the doctor. So, All right. And yes, for those wondering why I'm telling this, because I am over 40. Yes, I know. I look a little bit younger than this. But I actually am over 40, so...
Damn.
Yeah.
I wish I had that much hair when I turned 40.
Well, there was a real scare there because my father had half the hair I have 10 years younger than me, so... But I'm still missing a whole lot. When I was younger, the hair would go all the way here, so you can see that there's quite a lot missing. Alright, what was I saying before I started pitying myself? Because I'm nearly at half-life. Dungeons and Dragons, yeah.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Half-Life 3.
Half-Life 3 is coming out? What?
No, it's one good thing about Dungeons and Dragons. You can do this until you're 17 years old. Well, not a lot of people will like watching you at 17 years old, but hey, you can. That's nice, no? All right. And hopefully I'll have more than 121 followers by the time I'm 70. Maybe we'll add 1 0 to this, at least one. Just, you know, I'm not asking for a lot. Just one additional 0 placed at the right extremity of the number. Alright, so, like I was saying, Dungeons and Dragons, it's a pleasure to have you with us. And let's get started on this. So, what happened last episode? For those of you who, I don't know, maybe fell asleep during the episode, or left before, or maybe you're just new and or you just missed an episode. So, last episode. The party took advantage of the last few moments with the old knight they had encountered, asking as many questions as they could on any subject they felt they had neglected in the past, which was quite a lot. Even asking questions there was no chance he could answer. But hey, at least they started. Once morning came, or what passes as morning in this place, they all went back on their way to this small settlement the old knight had told them about. Once there, they got to see a slice of life for those who live in this shard, while they were helping them on their daily life. Once the end of the day came, however, many of our heroes felt unsettled by what they had heard during the workday. Unsure if they wanted to remain here for 2 days, they all elected to leave early in the morning. Well, like I said, what passes as morning in this place anyway. So, I believe this is where we all left off. Everyone had just went to bed. I believe Fisher elected to go into his sentry rest and work as a vigil during the night, making sure no one tried to assassinate anyone. Because, you know, there are a lot of holes in the walls. It's apparent that any structure they have is just repurposed old structure stolen from... You're not exactly sure what it used to be.
Most concerning is the hole in the wall that's like overwhelmingly polished.
Yeah, no. I think Toby actually just got it.
I choked on water.
Yeah, that's what they say when they use the hole. So, now we know Remy went to the bathroom. So, so the night, yes, when it starts, you're all in this private compartment, isolated from the rest of the inn by a curtain. Well, I don't know. maybe I just spent a little bit of time during the week drawing out this place, just so that my player would have an
Just in
understanding
case.
of what this was. Let's call it this was, you know. So yeah, a little map where you've
Just for fun.
yeah, absolutely. Nothing bad's gonna happen. Don't worry about it. So
This is the whole town, right?
no, this is the inn. But like I said last time, there's a lot of bed outside. Well, there we go. Let's also show it to everyone else. You know, so everyone knows exactly what's happening. All right, so I put Remy and audience in the same bunk bed because it felt like that's how it was going to be, even if I didn't want it to be like this. So
There were some like high pitched like cat noises coming out when anybody else came close, so everybody backed off.
you see Tobiyashi arriving and about to go up the bed, and suddenly you hear.
Ugh.
So yeah, everyone is at the unfortunately I finished creating the inn last night, and today I didn't notice that the inn was a bit in the middle of a square. So yeah, it's gonna be weird like this. I didn't have time to redo the entire thing.
Hey, that just means that whoever is there is a rebel.
Yeah.
It doesn't obey.
Yeah. So, like I said, there's a lot of bed, and most of these bed are taken. Of course, families are in the larger bed. Well, usually mother and father, but hey. Very young ones are also there. A lot of people from the town are sleeping in the inn, and you get the feeling that it's probably for a feel of security, knowing that if something happens, there's a lot of people and they can actually defend one another. So even though there are not a lot of people that actually travels in this realm, the inn is pretty packed by the time you all go to bed. And Fisher, you get to look through the curtain and see outside. And if you look carefully, you'll notice that there are many holes in the walls, and many of these holes are covered by curtains. Like I said, this building has been repurposed. Has it always been an inn? Maybe for them, but what was it originally? You can only be sure it was a large building with a second floor, which is no longer there. So, oh yeah, we don't need a thunderstorm in the background. Right. So, Fisher, if you spend a little bit of the night watching outside, make a perception roll.
Would you look at that?
Natural 1.
No. That's a 21.
Wow. You are
Amazing.
You are really unsettled by this place.
You are
They're gonna drop me
distracted
on
by
my head.
every little hole.
Yeah, those conversations you heard about people wanting to know how far you can be dropped without being injured. Damn. If you could have chills, you would have.
I just really don't want to have to kill a bunch of people, but
Like, please don't make me kill you.
yeah.
You all look very nice. Well, you can't be sure because most of them have their face covered. But they all sounds pretty nice. Especially the kids, you know.
I'm just saying I do like a minimum of 6 damage. or 7 or 8. Just like, that'll kill most of you in one shot.
So, looking outside, first hour go by, and mostly what you see are just people snoring, someone getting up, going outside, getting back in, and you recognize that satisfaction on their face of having visited the bathroom, and not for the reason stated earlier. So, alright, it's pretty quiet. You
All quiet on the Western Front.
Every time Tobiashi moves in his bed, you hear. Sometimes it's Remy. Sometimes it's Remy's cat. You know, it's not always. It's hard
They
to know
take
with
shifts.
him. Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to know with him. Tobiashi, you don't know why, but during your night, you started dreaming that bees were stinging your feet. And when you woke up, you saw Remy's cat on your bed just...
I had a dream that
Hunting
Remy's
your
cat was
feet.
licking me up because I'm a puddle.
No, but actually I know that cats will do this because it happened to me when I had a cat. My cat was hunting my feet during my sleep.
Something's moving under the blanket. They
Yeah.
don't know what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Ah, good heavens. Good thing I had a really thick blanket at that time because his claws were sharp. So, first hour go by, second hour go by, third hour goes by. You hear a little bit of movement outside. You hear someone just whispering, wondering what it is, and you hear someone else answering, "Don't worry, it's just the night guard." Oh, yeah, that's right. Going back to sleep. When the fourth hour comes, you see someone getting up. And on one of the bedrolls, and it's like a woman, judging by her figure. She gets up and starts looking at everyone, just going from one bed to the next. And eventually she stops over one bed, and you see that she's paying very close attention to that bed. Just takes a hand out, just making a few gestures on top of it. And then there's a moment of inattention. You just think you see something, you look, it's the length of a blink. You just look on the side and you look back and she's not there anymore. Look around. The bedroll looks empty.
Was it empty when she was there, too?
Oh yeah, no, she got up from one of the bedroll. So that bedroll is empty. She didn't go back there. And, you know, that's really fast movement if she was able to get out of your sight in just 3/4 of a second. But nothing seems to be happening. Takes a few more moments till you start hearing someone in the room. The person that is in the bed at I7. You start hearing them whine in their sleep. You've seen this kind of attitude. It's someone having a nightmare. Judging from how they're reacting, it's a very, very bad nightmare.
He's infected. Get him. No, sure.
You have this creepy feeling over how that person is reacting. It's a very violent nightmare that this person is having.
Do I recognize them from throughout the day at some point?
Make an investigation roll.
19.
18. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah. You recognize this one as being a teenager, a young boy. Probably 13 years old. If he's human. If he's not human, then it's harder to tell what age he is. But if he's human, probably 13 years old. Seemed to have, when you saw him, he seemed to be a very uplifting person. Always being nice to everyone. Not the kind of person you would expect being the victim of bad dreams like this. Bordering night terror.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go wake him up.
Alright. You leave the room quietly. Make a stealth roll, see if you wake up anyone else. Just to know how good or bad this is.
12.
12, alright, well that's reasonable. And during the night, it's not exceptional, but it's good enough. No one is paying attention to you right now, so you move about, you manage to avoid hitting the bed that's just in front, and you make your way all the way to that person. You just push him just gently, just to wake him up. First try, he doesn't wake up. Second try, you try a little harder and doesn't wake up. Third time you do, he does wake up and... No, I don't want to do... No, please! What? He looks very disoriented right now. What's
You're in the inn. You're safe.
Why? Okay. Is my sister okay? She's in the bed next to me.
I look over, assuming
She looks fine.
she's fine.
You notice in his eyes, he feels not just relieved, but so relieved that you just said that she's okay. And you see him look at his hand, almost afraid at what he'll see when looking at his hand, have this moment of hesitation and turning them quickly and... Okay. Good. Thank you, traveler.
You get those often?
Well, I didn't used to.
What changed?
I don't know. Started happening last year. I'm not sure when exactly. These dreams. Of me hurting people. Hurting people I like. Am I a bad person?
Do you actually hurt people?
No. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Well, I don't know. I don't think I do. At least I don't hit them, but I've noticed I've been getting easier to irritate lately. I might have said words that I regret.
When was the last time you got a good night's sleep?
I don't. A really good one? I don't know. I have. There are good days, but these nights are becoming more and more frequent. I'd say I always have at least 1 or 2 dreams like this every week. For the last 2 weeks, it's been nearly every 2 days.
What happens in the dream?
Oh well, apparently you have a very trusting face late during the night. Okay. I have those.
Yeah, it's kind of dark, hard to see, but my nice, bright, glowing red eyes
Yeah,
are really
yeah.
a calming force.
No, it's probably your hat, I'm sure it's your hat.
Yes.
He's
Ha-ha!
so distracted by the hat that he doesn't even look at the eyes.
No,
you know?
no.
Patient.
He's looking at the eyes of the bird, so he feels reassured.
I've never seen this bird before. What is it?
Well, it always it's always a bit different, but sometimes it's one of my friend, sometimes it's my sister. They start teasing me the way the older kids did when I was 5 years old. But this time, I get angry, and there used to just be a wooden stick near me, and I took it and I started chasing them, but then I started catching up with them, and then I hit one, and then they fall to the ground. But 2 weeks ago, that stick started being a spear, and when I hit them, I realized that I've actually slashed them, and the wound is serious. But at the time, I don't feel bad about it. I feel like they deserved it. They were teasing me the same way they did, and they know I don't like it. They know how it made me feel. But they did it anyway. Tonight wasn't a spear. It was one of the new swords that they gave the guards. And I hit my sister while she was sleeping because she teased me all day. And I just kept hitting her and hitting her. I don't know why I couldn't stop.
Do it. No,
Toby actually just got up during the night and do it.
do it.
I don't know why. There was so much blood. But the smell of the blood was sweet. Am I becoming a bad person? Is this what it is? Is this how it is when people become bad person?
Generally not. Yeah, it kind of depends.
So you think I am a bad
Anybody
person?
else? having nightmares?
I don't know. I don't talk about this to anyone. I feel like they're going to banish me, like the man 2 years ago. He stole salt and the reserve, and they banished him.
Well, then just don't steal salt and don't hurt anybody.
Yeah, but what if those dreams come true? What if she starts teasing me? What if my best friend starts teasing me also?
Have they ever done that before?
No, but people change sometimes.
Mhm.
When they meet people, they change. This is why people don't like strangers here.
What? What do you mean by that? Give me an example. Who met who and changed how?
Um. Well, the guards. We used to have 4 guards. Now we have 6. When the last 2 arrived, the others started to become a little bit meaner.
Alright.
And there was this woman last year who came into town, and she spent a lot of time with one of the hunters, and he changed. Started spending a lot of time outside. If it hadn't been for the night guard, he would have killed someone 6 months ago.
Have you met anybody new recently?
You're the first new persons in the last 6 months.
About a year ago when the nightmare started.
Well. Well, yeah. There are these 2 women that came in town. One of them is. She's not here. She was sleeping right next to me. She must have went outside. That's the woman you saw getting up and starting to wonder, looking at everyone.
Did the bed she hover over, was that his bed?
Yeah. She disappeared in the length it takes to blink. For you, it was just turning your head to look at the sound and looking back. But you know that it's probably not much longer than this that you stop looking at her. Yeah, there was this other lady who arrived, maybe a few weeks after. She's always tending to the ward, the salt ward. And there is the 2 new guards. Well, now that you mention it, they came in with a 3rd person, with a woman. You don't see her anymore.
Alright. Why don't you go back to sleep?
Alright.
probably need it.
You're probably right. Thank you for waking me up. And maybe don't tell my sister that I dreamed about this. She's really nice. I don't want to scare her.
I won't tell her, but
What's this cat I'm hearing?
Javi, shut up.
That's my cat all day today.
What do you want?
That was literally my cat.
Alright, so now we know
She's
that
not
Remy's
doing
cat
it.
is very active at night.
Me and Remy's cat are in a sleeping cat fight right now.
And then, but I will tell him it's a lot harder to get help if people don't know you're struggling with something.
Oh, you don't know people in here. People get scared easily.
I have noticed that.
We only have one priest now. We used to have two, but now we only have one.
What happened to the other one?
He left about 10 months ago.
Alright. Go to sleep.
Thanks. And you turn around, and just as you're about to go, and you feel the kid give you a huge hug, and then go back to sleep. So that moment of, yeah, that's right, kids do that sometimes.
And then I would like to go back into our room so that I'm in a private area
Mhm.
and ritually cast Detect Magic. And then come back out and look around a little bit and see if I can find traces of anything.
Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting to do. Let me see. Huh. Okay. You... You cast a spell, and there are two things that you detect. One is a pendant that you clearly see on the neck of someone sleeping. And you see very faint residues of some spell having been used near the bed of the young boy. As if a spell had been used, and the flash of energy that was there remained for a little bit. Usually this thing will disappear in a few moments, but everything in this shard promotes things remaining stagnant. So you feel maybe it's one of the nature of this shard, and it feels like a blast of energy, and then slowly seeing it dissipate. Instead of having dissipated in a few moments, you sort of see it dissipate in slow motion.
Can I, do I get the School of Magic?
Yeah. Just because I need it, they're not letting me find it. That's always the case. It's annoying.
Classic.
Yeah.
It's conjuration magic.
All right. I know that this has a similar school, so. Here we go. You think it's probably conjuration?
Interesting.
A lot of spells that allows you to teleport and shift. Will have conjuration.
I guess that's how she disappeared. That would make sense. Is there anything on the kid specifically?
Would this create a magical lingering effect?
Say if he was magically cursed or something like that.
Not cursed, but there are definitely lingering magical element to this. Some sort of magical influence was being pushed on the kid. Probably. Some type of illusion spell.
Alright.
In other words, something was manipulating his dream.
I'm gonna do like a quick walk around like the rest of the building.
Alright. Do you want to wake someone up? So that you're not the only one playing? I mean that you're not the only one.
How like late is it?
Well, you'd know that it's been 4 hours, so it's literally the middle of the sleeping night.
You can interrupt a long rest for like an hour, right?
Yeah.
And still get it? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go back and wake up. Rami's good at finding stuff.
And he's
audience
more
and
discreet.
detect.
Well, yeah. Each one has
Evil
something
stuff.
interesting. Audience has this connection to the light and the ability to thwart evil. But he's also about as discreet as a landslide. Remy is a lot more discreet, but, well, good luck understanding anything elaborate he wants to tell you. But he's good at finding things, and you know that his lantern gives him a lot of perception abilities.
You know what? I'm gonna wake up everybody.
All right.
Somebody's awake, everybody might as well be awake.
Everybody wake up.
I had a dream where I was a puddle.
Shut up. Be quiet. It's not morning yet. Just try not to wake anybody else up.
Tobiashi, when you
Oh,
wake
no.
up, you see Remy's cat right on top of you with one paw up, and you realize he's been smacking you all night.
Hey, get off of me.
Try not to wake anybody else up.
What about the old guy in the bunks below us? Does he wake up when we all wake up or no?
Depends on how aggressively you all wake up.
I've not been aggressive yet.
Okay. So you notice that you probably slightly disturb him, but he falls asleep right away. That is. Oh, it's too early.
What's going on?
Well, while everybody was sleeping, I saw a lady get up, possibly cast a spell on this kid, and then I believe teleport away. And then the kid started having nightmares that he's apparently been having for about a year now, which is coincidentally the same time this lady showed up. And there was also some traces of illusion magic on him. And
Taranat does correct you by saying ladies.
right, yes. Well, multiple showed up. One specifically cast the magic and then teleported away. Because it seems this plane causes magic to stick around a little longer than normal. I was thinking we could move around and do a little more investigating on, because I don't know about you guys, but magical ladies that give people nightmares.
They're hot.
Well, I was gonna say could be hags.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounded a lot like hags, especially if it's an
Yeah.
illusion magic based.
Yeah.
So I believe.
So we're messing with more Dreamcaster people.
Remy, didn't you roll last episode to see how much you knew about hags?
No, last episode I rolled about
Haggis. How to make it. Was any good.
no, it was something else.
Okay.
I was. Wait, no.
You rolled amazingly well. I believe you rolled a 20-something.
Why am I forgetting? It was a different creature. I know it wasn't the hags.
Okay.
It's like
that's okay. I
I
named a
guess
whole
I would
lot
ask,
of
like-
creatures last episode. So yeah. So yeah, hags do tend to be able to play with dreams. And you have all been told that they've been manipulating the mist that pours into the isles. So yeah.
Yeah, so I was thinking we might want to investigate before we lose any magical traces or anything.
Sure.
Let's go.
But you said the lady's no longer here, right?
Yeah. Here is in this room. And there is another lady. Or a second lady that I believe appeared at the same time she did. And then
Wow.
there's a third that appeared with two of the newer guards that apparently have caused the
Yeah, she
older
is.
guards to be more violent.
Let me start off with a quick, just divine sense of the room where everyone's sleeping, and I'll let you know if I sense anything off.
Sounds good.
All right, let's go.
So I'll do that.
Divine sense help you feel which?
So actually, you can detect good and evil until the end of your next turn. You can send anything affected by the Hollow spell or another location. This won't matter unless they're a celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet. But
Okay.
that doesn't. So I want the location, but you can detect good and evil and kind of the general area that they're coming from.
Limited to what you can see. Does it cross across realms?
Just a divine sense as an action, you detect good and evil. That's all it says. So just the presence of good and evil, and then it lets you decide from there.
I believe it doesn't.
I don't think if it crosses realms.
It can't go through total cover. I think it says.
It can't go through total cover. Yes.
Yes.
Although-
It cannot go through total cover. That is not behind. Yes. No.
Okay.
You can't know the celestial fiend and undead within 50 feet that is not behind. That's only for locating, not for just the good and evil sense.
Okay. You know if there is an aberration undead within 30 feet as well as the creature is located. Where the creature is located. Alright. So first you let out this burst that goes everywhere. Because most of the cloth around you is too thin. Your sense spills over through anything that's made of cloth. So the cloth walls and outside. The lingering element of this realm allows you to feel a strong sense of both evil and fiendish. That was here. And your attention is drawn toward an object being worn by someone, a pendant, which feels like that pendant was magically touched by evil.
Oh yeah, is that the same pendant I
Well, if
saw the magic?
unless
Well, I'll
audience,
say it. Well,
okay.
Okay, yeah.
yeah, I'll say. Well, I'll immediately
Mine,
say
right?
I sense both an evil and fiendish presence that was here, and it seems to have touched. And I'll point towards the necklace. That necklace, which still has a fiendish and evil aura coming from it.
So Fisher, yes, this is the same person that has a necklace that you detected magical energy coming from it.
Alright. Is do we recognize the person?
Make an investigation roll.
I'd like to cast my own spell.
Okay.
Not 20.
I look for my
28.
pendant.
Natural 20. Yeah, you recognize him immediately. It's a very young man, probably 17, 18 years old. You saw him several times bringing water to a lot of people. He just seems to be carrying around stuff all throughout the settlement. He never draws much attention, but he goes everywhere and he brings water to everyone and sometimes a few rations. And Tobiyashi, what spell did you cast?
Find pendant.
So you make a perception roll to find your pendant, is that it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
17.
17. All right. You look around for a brief moment, and is he going to help you or? Oh, okay. Your pendant is not on you. You notice that it is tied to Remy's lantern.
I walk up to Remy. Remy. So, is either something really good or really bad happening to your lantern? I think we should use it. I grab my pendant off of it.
Remy, you know
Well-
that there's a chance that the god to which this pendant is tied to is fooling around. But he did also make sure you had an ample reserve of salt before arriving here.
Well, Ramy is drawing a few particular conclusions, but he also doesn't know what he's going to see. So he's just going to take a deep breath, swallow,
Knowing that you'll be alone for a moment when you do this.
and he's going to jump.
Alright. You see Remy just like
Nothing
Ah,
bad
the
happened,
demons
right, guys?
have him. No.
like Frodo when he puts on the ring.
Audience has seen this before. He knows that the demons have not snatched him.
The pendant hasn't led me astray yet, right, guys?
Well, he did once. He made fun of you once.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Basically, what I do every time it happens, I roll to see if he's fooling around with you or if he's being serious. That's what happens. You fall into the ethereal part of this realm, and immediately you feel the difference in the realm. You see those wisps of energy in the air, these filament just moving about as if you just found yourself in the season where all the little spiders just jump in the wind and you have an abundance of little strings of spiders everywhere. When you touch one, it just moves away. But one thing you realize immediately when you do this is you hear the chant of the hags. You couldn't hear them before, but now you recognize easily that with those whispers you were hearing when you went into the ethereal phase of the Misty Isle, it's them, it's their chant. And now it's clear. They're always singing. Always reaching out to their lost, distant sisters. Usually a covenant is no more than 3 hags. But with a chant like this, it would need thousands of them chanting all at once. So there's something odd about this realm that helps the hag don't murder one another. Because it's usually what happens when there are more than 3 of them together.
I mean, honestly, considering what we've experienced of this realm so far, and the fact that there's apparently multiple entry points, it's possible that they're all just like connected in some way rather than actually like sharing it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you hear all of these chants. You have a moment of, this probably feels so bad for everyone when you live here long enough. That pressure always on your mind. But it doesn't seem to be penetrating as much as in the Misty Isle. The fact that the mist is not everywhere feels like you're just hearing it, but you're not feeling it on your skin, that dirty feeling. You just see these wisps of energy everywhere, and because of that, you sort of recognize that these wisps of energy It's the stagnant energy of this place. Just how it reacts when you touch them and very slowly moves. You have this moment where you wonder, is it like this in our own realm? But since everything is not stagnant, I just can't see it. But now I'm sort of stuck in slow motion, so I get to see things that I couldn't before. That's so weird. You turn around and look at the room and wanting to see if you can see anything. And in the room, you see what you did not want to see. You see this woman, this old, beaten-looking woman, walking between the beds, looking at everyone creepily. And her head turns creepily in your direction. You see her eyes wide open and she looks in your direction. And a wide smile appears on her face when she looks directly at you. Someone different. How are your dreams, little one?
Squeak.
Hey, look, everyone, there's bird poop on the floor. She has this reflex of reaching out toward you, and you recognize she's concentrating and starting to cast a spell.
And he's going.
You reappear in front of everyone. So make a small Arcana roll, please.
Just a small one.
Yeah.
This is a small one, no big deal.
No.
God, I hate when they're upside down. That is going to be a soft 20.
So, you remember from things you've read and heard, hags have a little bit of innate magic, but for them to be able to cast a spell as a wizard would, 3 of them needs to be in the vicinity. They can't cast unless there's 3 of them.
Shit.
Everything okay, Remy?
So, like he's just gonna like the look left or right. It's just like, and just here. Fuck.
Fisher's immediately on edge. And looking around for something.
We should probably leave, right then?
Remy's going to minor illusion what he saw.
Oh, yeah, you get to have a very interesting representation of a night hag. This creature that looks halfway between an old woman and a demon. with different magical object on her. Well, two actually. And in the initial phase of casting something. Which Fisher, because you are a level 1 mage.
2.
2 mage. Damn, you're going up in this.
I'm learning.
Yeah. You sort of recognize the initial gesture of casting Identify. So that probably kept on going. So now there's a good chance that a hag knows a pretty good chunk of Remy's capability and possibly all of you. Knowing the kind of magical object you have.
Looks like she knows what we can do now.
Well, part of it anyway.
Based off what it looks like she's casting there.
I'm a pretty simple guy. It's not about
Well-
knowing what I can do. It's about being able to stop it.
Luckily, we're not messing with the hag, so you know.
Yeah, Raimi's going to, since he seems to understand a bit, it's like he's going to hold up one talon, and then with his other hand, he's going to hold up 2 more.
So there's
3.
Well, I only sensed one in this room. Or one. I didn't even sense one. I sensed one that had left a trail on the object. Unless the guards are also hags.
Hags can usually only polymorph in women.
That's what I... Well, audience
Well,
rolled a 3 on
well-
his knowledge on hags, so he wouldn't know that.
Well, Remy does because he rolled a 20.
Well, so 2 ladies showed up a year ago, and a third showed up with 2 of the newer guards. So
I see.
that's 3 to me.
So, do we know which 3 those are?
No.
Do you think they're taking over this place?
Well, they're probably manipulating it.
Yeah.
Remy, could you remove the necklace from the guy
Necklace? I was gonna say,
without waking him up?
I'll try and lift it off of him.
Well, Remy, that's exactly your skill set, so.
Let me do it. No, I'm just kidding.
Actually,
You know what, guys? I got this.
I almost want to say that Raimi would feel insulted, but at the same time, maybe also complimented because they don't just automatically assume that he's done this or continues to do this.
Well, audience was just asking Remy because audience asked Remy to do all of this kind of stuff.
Well, no, that's like, well, I mean, like it helps that it comes from audience too. But it's just like one of those situations where it's just like, hey, that's like, hey.
Audience has an algorithm.
just think
If
I'm
there's
a kid.
anything he doesn't think he's good at, he asks Remy to do it.
You know,
Effective.
it's almost like it's a chain of command.
Well, you know, you're the first in command. Second in command, I mean. Aw.
I guess.
I guess for Remy, that's sort of reassuring in many ways. You know, during the Middle Ages, it is a misconception that women were severely oppressed. Legally speaking, a woman had the same rights and power as a man, and when she got married, she literally became second in command in the household. So in a way, you're kind of audience's wife.
That's some
You're reaching.
mental
here.
gymnastics.
You're reaching.
Well, I mean, if you guys are gonna get really technical, just like you know, like men of Raimi's persuasion is very used to making those like calculations during that time period. So, like he touched my hand. That means we're married.
What does it mean?
It's gonna take my goats.
That's an interesting assumption. All right.
Yeah, I guess Raimi will just wander over and honestly, because it's probably just like a string kind of necklace, right? Or is it actually like chain?
No, it's a pretty simple made. When you arrive in front of it, you have this moment of, haha, why did I know it was going to be this? So it's a stick which looks like the claw of a chicken holding an eye that's been extremely polished, to the point where it looks like it's made out of glass. But when you look properly in it, you sort of have this moment of, oh, yeah, I know, I'm pretty sure it's not made out of glass. God damn it. And because you know it's a 21, you know that there's probably a hag right now looking through the eye and seeing you trying to take that pendant. Okay.
Well, they've already met, or like there's no getting around that.
Alright. Make your roll to steal this thing. I believe it would be sleight of hand.
Mm-hmm. Blah, 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 blah. I have to keep reminding myself of my bonuses since we just leveled up recently. It's right, 25.
Okay. So, feeling very confident, you just take the string and you pull gently on it until you see the knot. And you just pull on the knot. And nice. It all came off. Didn't even have to cut it. So no one will ever notice this. You just slowly slip the whole thing from the neck of the poor person who doesn't even react. There's a moment where you just looking at him, you sort of, wow, didn't even move. You put your hand on the top of his nose. Okay, he's still breathing. Good. Usually they at least react when they feel the string sliding off of their neck. Damn, I've been getting good. All right.
Either that or they sleep like a rock.
In a stagnant shard, it's possible.
So Raimi just like tiptoeing away.
Knowing that there's probably a hag in the ethereal plane right now following you.
No. Well, actually, I do have to wonder, like, would Raimi know how to properly destroy or invalidate this kind of object? Would that possibly be the subject of his own identify spell?
Feed it to the blob.
Well, it's a magical object. It always depends on how good they were. If they made the object really well, the spell magic would not be enough. It would just temporarily shut it down, but it would just come back up fairly quickly. It would be more of a Fisher kind of thing to do, because he knows more about magic, and it would involve several steps to deconstruct the magic, weaken it, and then pull it apart. It's not an immediate process destroying a magical object. Or you can try and do what Audience did and just smack it until it breaks. But there's a chance that it might explode if you do this.
I mean, it worked out so well the last time, so... But yeah, just Remy tiptoeing and then slowly holding it up for, I guess, like Fisher to see. Although honestly, I think because it's looking, I think Remy would maybe go out of his way to like grab like a small cloth and just kind of like hold it over the eye.
All right.
Just looked into the eye. Sorry.
Wait, hold on. Briefly holds up the handkerchief of murderous intent and then grabs another one.
Intimidation tactic.
Oh, okay.
Anybody know how to scry on objects, guys?
Remy, when you take the handkerchief of murderous intention and you put it over the eye, you're not sure exactly where this come from. It feels like it came from maybe 200 feet away. You hear this scream in the night. It came from inside the settlement. You're not sure where exactly, but someone got scared.
200 feet.
Which direction? No, I'm sure.
Northwest.
Track it down.
Track them.
Track them down.
But yeah, otherwise, like, yeah, Raimi presents it to Fisher since, yeah, for the stated reasons, he is like done more dedicated magical study than Raimi has ever had to.
Never had to. Why you put it like that? Okay, yeah, I will try and look at it. See what's up.
Well, it's a magical object. So it's not going to be instantaneous. It does require at least a good dispel magic at some point. But the ritual itself to destroy the eye would take several days. It's basically undoing a magical object. So you will need equipment, you will need spell necessary to dampen the magic, and something to destroy it. Well, that you'd think you might have. Audience has always done a good job. Once the magical protection around an object has been neutralized, you're pretty sure audience would have fun with this. And he likes round object, like a cat. It's a small eye, it's a small ball. He seems to like destroying those things. Mm-hmm. So once you get the magical elements out of the way, you think audience could finish job.
Mm-hmm. Alright, this would take me a while and kind of a lot of resources that we don't have any of that stuff really, right? With us?
I'd say no.
Uh-huh. Yeah. To
What if you
fully take this apart, it would take a long time and resources we don't have, and probably will be very difficult to find here.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
We could also just take it out into the middle of nowhere and then drop it.
Yeah. I mean, they'll probably... I assume they'll be able to find it, but that might be the best we can do. Unfortunately.
Or just keep it wrapped in the kerchief of murderous intent, and then it's kind of unusable.
Maybe the night can help us.
Do I get the feeling like that they would also be able to just, like, whether or not it's wrapped in the handkerchief, they would be able to just, like, track its general location?
Put it in the dimensional storage.
Well, yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
And he makes a big X on that one.
Well, that's the element. It is as much a good idea as it is a bad idea. Fisher, you'd know this. The dimensional storage is literally another plane of existence. So while it's in there, yeah, they would be completely cut off from the eye. But every time audience would open the dimensional storage inside of this realm, they know and see where you all are.
How bad do we really need?
Listen, do we want to get tracked again? Do you remember what happened last time we got tracked?
Yeah.
We take you to the Lich King. Or
We could also
And then-
literally just take it to the old knight and give it to him. He could probably.
that's
deal
what I
with
was
it.
thinking. The old knight could probably deactivate
Or we
it.
could just kill the hags now.
Hey, I mean, I'm down for that.
We just murder all of them.
I don't know about all of them, but maybe these 3.
All of them.
when audience says this, Remy, you have that song that you're hearing from when you were in the real plane, and you can't help but to think, audience doesn't realize how many hags there are in this plane right now. I think.
Okay, how about this? I can assume that they are in cahoots with the guards, right? Or
Well, the
controlling them in
two.
some way. Yeah.
The 2.
Well, this is something that Remy might have something to say about this. They may be, but especially night hags, they twist and corrupt the mind of people. They might have been coerced, but just so badly coerced that they're doing their will without exactly knowing why. And Fisher, that kid, the fact that he told you that slowly he's starting to be more aggressive toward other people, you can sort of feel like, okay, they may voluntarily be following them, but maybe not all of them. Maybe not even any of them.
All right,
And
I got a plan.
Who knows to how many people they've been talking in this town? Who knows how many allies, unwitting allies, they may have?
What's your plan, Toby?
All right. If we start taking over this town, maybe they'll try to fight us. Or we could figure out exactly who they are. If not, then we took over a town for no reason. Do you think they'd blow up this town? Well, we would have to figure out their goal first, like why they need this town, why they're causing havoc, unless it's just what they do. I don't know a lot about hags.
Well, Remy, one thing you know about night hags is that they're not the kind to directly confront things. They're renowned to be sly and subversive. So the fact that they haven't attacked, knowing that one of you knows about them, means that they are planning right now something. Maybe for tonight, maybe the next night. But if they haven't attacked, it means they're planning something. And the worst kind of enemy you can have is an enemy with a plan.
Well, they can only cast spells, right, if there are 3 of them, right?
Yes.
And what kind of range, though?
So all we have to do is find one of them, identify one of the women that they were talking about, and kill one of them. And then honestly, if we kill one of them, the others can't cast spells.
Okay, but how do we get one far enough away from the others that they can't cast?
Well,
I feel like they wouldn't willingly put themselves in that position.
I mean, there's the one in here now, like Remy said, that's in the ethereal. I don't think they can stay in the ethereal plane forever. They have to
Why
come
not?
out.
Well, yeah, but it was casting, so that means there were others close enough by to cast.
To reaffirm again, Remy holds up one talon and with one hand, and then 2 talons with the other hand.
Yeah. There
Well-
are currently 3 close enough together to be able to cast.
Again though, if we just kill one before the others can get to the one, like we isolate,
Okay, how?
we could wait for this one to come out of the ethereal plane.
I remember reading about a time in history where they would hunt witches. It didn't really end well for anybody, but
I believe this is meta knowledge, but let me know if I know it or could roll to know it.
Okay.
Do I know about Night Hag's affinity with the ethereal plane?
You'd have to roll. I'd say an Arcana roll wouldn't possibly do this, or religion because of the fiendish element.
Alright, that is a 19 with Terranad.
All right.
The 15 without.
So you think about it for a moment, and you have that moment where I feel like I've read something about this, them being able to shift, and you have that moment in your guts where you're like, oh yeah, of course. All right, just say it so I can remember it. And you hear Terranad go, thank you. It's nice to know you remember your limits. Hags use a magical object to shift, so they can stay there pretty much however long they want. But they can't shift without the object. So if you take that away, they lose that ability.
Alright.
is that the same as Remy?
Remy has
I-
a maximum time he can spend in a real plane.
Yeah. So Night Hags have a magical object that they can use that allows them to kind of freely hang out in the ethereal plane when they want to. So it would, if we did isolate one, we would have to take that off of them before they were able to escape. Otherwise, they could just kind of escape and hang out
I see.
and wait for backup.
Remy, could you go back into the ethereal plane and take the object off the night hag, or could you not do that?
You're telling Remy to go back?
Well, no, it's a question. It's a legitimate question. Could he take the object off of the night hag in the ethereal realm?
Can you take someone with you?
Night Hags still have the ability to cast limited spell without any object. And Remy, because of your high roll, you know that Night Hags can plane shift as an innate spell. They'd only have a limited time they can use this during the day. With the object, it's... Without it,
Cats don't stick around in places they're not wanted.
Fair. Okay. So secondary thought. We wait till morning. Okay. We identify one of the hags when they're women, and then Remy steals it from them when they're in this plane.
They're probably listening to us right now.
Yeah. I feel like now that we know about them, I feel like there's going to be... I mean, they're probably planning something now, so the chances
Exactly.
of something
But
happening...
we know that they know that we know. So we're planning something.
that's a game of
Yes,
cat and
but-
mouse with only cats.
But we don't know what it is they're planning.
But they don't know what we know that we're planning either.
Fisher, you hear Darren
Uh-huh.
say, just say what I'm saying. But they know that we know that they know that we know, so maybe they know something that we think they don't know, and because of that, they don't know something that we actually know. Come on, say it, say it.
I don't want to give him a stroke. We need him. Anyway,
All right, so are we just gonna go back to bed and deal with this in the morning, or are we gonna deal with? Are we gonna?
We're gonna go back to bed at a time like this.
I feel like if we do, I feel like there's going to be something waiting for us in the morning, is what I'm worried about.
Well, they're night hags, right? So they're probably stronger at night. So they probably want to do something next night more than they want to do something next morning.
Well, yeah, but they've also been, like, this town was already kind of seemed antsy about us, and their kind of whole shtick so far seems to be kind of manipulating everybody. So
Okay, so we can't target the hags. So when you can't target those that you want to target, you target the next best thing. So we target the 2 guards.
That was my idea to begin with. Didn't I just say okay?
Okay, but then I feel like that would be more likely to just turn the whole town against us.
Not if we muffle, gag, and drag the guards out without the town noticing.
Do you want to try and attempt a stealth op tonight on the 2 guards?
Well, what else do you want to do?
That
We
wasn't
can do it right now.
like. Are you sure about that? That was a like. Is that your plan?
It
'Cause
seems like
I
the
think-
guards also hold some power for them in the town. If we remove the guards, it definitely weakens them.
Mhm.
All right, let's do it now.
Remy, with
I
your
was saying-
with your 21, with with the world that you had, you know that one way that hags gather power is when someone evil dies, someone that's under their control, they collect the soul, and that's how they become stronger.
Well, I didn't say we're going to kill the guards. I just said we were going to remove them.
Yeah, but Remy knows
There we
you.
go.
So Remy,
We could also try and right, because if the one currently in the ethereal plane was able to cast, that means the other 2 are near enough by.
Yeah.
Maybe we could try it. Remy, you can like you can lift something off someone from afar with magic, right?
Amy nods.
Because we could try and find one of the other hags and lift their ethereal object thingy. And try and fight them directly. Or we could also just kind of abandon this place.
get out.
Yeah? Yeah.
Inside of you,
Well, that's
Fisher,
not-
you dear coward.
That's not very heroic of us. I thought we were time knights.
We're not in time. We're in a different plane. I never said we were plane knights.
Normally, I'd disagree with you, but kind of the whole thing about this plane is that time isn't really moving.
Hey.
So
Time standing still is still within time. Okay. It just means that time isn't moving.
Okay. Let's... Okay, so we heard a scream from 200 feet away. We could go just try and find the other... Like, we
That's
know the
kinda
general
what I was
direction
thinking.
of the hag.
yeah,
Let's go see if we can
Well, if we're
find
gonna
them.
do it, let's go now.
Yeah, let's
All right.
go. Alright, stealth roll. I don't know. Smoke bomb.
Pass without a trace.
that'll do it. Hopefully.
All right, so you
Well, unless
interrupt.
she has- unless the hags have true sight
Oh,
in
hell
the
yeah.
ethereal realm.
You interrupt your
That's-
long rest, and you cast a spell.
Well, one of us does. Technically, the rest of us haven't yet interrupted our long rest.
Yeah, but you're nearing 1 hour in real life, so I'm gonna say you're nearing an hour in game also.
That's
I mean, I cast detect magic,
okay.
so
I'll I'll remind everybody that it's like, because I think we've had this discussion before. It's like, but it's now our cumulative. It's like not the simple act of casting a spell automatically breaks it. It's part of like that whole an hour of more strenuous activity than just.
I'm also
sitting around.
okay not having a long night's rest tonight if we deal with these 3 hags.
I have all my stuff still. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to leave the stream for a little bit in a few moments.
That is true.
So
Anyway, I rolled a 21 on my stealth.
okay.
I'll see if I could join on my phone.
Yeah.
But I would have to use my phone for the
Please
thing.
don't try and
and
play while you're driving.
No. My sister's driving there. I'm driving back.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's gonna drive there. They're gonna get off, and then I'm gonna drive back. So that's probably when I'll hang up.
You should just go do what I've done before, which is just sit in a parking lot.
Well, I'll be sitting in my
but
car.
the whole point is he has to be he's going somewhere. He's not.
No.
just
I mean, on the
not
way
home.
back, you just sit in a parking lot.
Oh, until the game's over, so I stay in the parking lot at the
Yeah,
Greyhound for an
Yeah,
hour.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I rolled a. I guess are we using pass without trace?
Yep.
Then I got a 27.
Okay, that's good. Remy?
Oh,
Well, one thing before we go off doing this, so Raimi is actually going to take the necklace. He's going to put it onto the collar / around the neck of his familiar and communicate play.
starts attacking my leg. No!
Are you keeping the thing around it? The handkerchief tied around it?
The intention here is that while we're off, like doing what we're about to do, the eye is going to have to deal with the fact that a very exploratory and playful cat is going to be running around a bit.
Fair enough.
So all the time,
By the way-
everything they're going to see is going to go boom, 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 boom.
By the way, my 21 was 21 without pass without
Oh,
trace.
damn,
With
31?
pass with a trace.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 31.
All right.
It's like a cat with a GoPro on them outside. Okay. Ready?
23 without pass without trace.
So 33, 31, 20. I don't remember what.
7. 27.
7 and
What is it?
Kobayashi.
35.
35. All right. Well, you are pretty stealthy.
27 is our lowest stealth roll.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, absolutely. Which literally means that most people can actually see you. The average person can't roll higher than 20. So
We could murder everyone in the town without anybody knowing.
yeah.
That's one way. Think about it, though. That would technically take the hags' power. If the hags are trying to mess with this town, if you kill everyone in the town, then the hags have no one to mess with.
Yeah, and then if they kill you, they get a really evil spirit, so it helps them a whole lot. All right, well, I think this is the moment where we should go take a break, so... With this stealth roll in mind, you all leave the inn, and we're gonna go on our break.
Alright.
So, during that break, as always, we're gonna go with marsh sounds. I don't know, maybe Valenvie is listening right now, and she's gonna love hearing this. So, see you back in 15 minutes. Bye! Hello and welcome back. So, we're missing audience. He fell back asleep and he let you just leave the room.
I'm here.
Okay.
I was just being stealthy.
Oh, is that what you call it? All right. So,
Well, I don't know what you would call a 31 in stealth. I call it being stealthy.
yeah, well, you were a bit blue, so. All right. So, you all leave this room stealthily, trying to look around, going roughly where you heard that scream. Make a perception roll. Whoever is the leader of this group as you're walking.
Remy, I'll give you advantage.
Make a joke here. That's going to be a 29.
29, alright. Well, that's pretty good. So, as you're all moving very stealthily throughout this settlement, looking like we don't need the marsh sounds, you start looking around, going through the different buildings, trying to figure out where exactly did that come from, and, you know, hoping that they didn't start moving around. There are two things that happens during this. Remy, you feel like you've reached a place where you've heard the scream, and of course you don't see anything. It looks like a mostly abandoned, very small building, about the same size as Audience's dimensional storage. There do seem to have been someone who has slept there recently. There is some sort of a bedroll, a shelf on which there are a few bowls, a pottage that's left there, which someone probably ate during the day. But at least on this realm, you don't see anything in that room. Do you stay here? Do you further investigate this room, or do you keep going? If you just keep going, you don't have to re-roll anything. If you stop and investigate, well, you'll have to roll investigation, and then you'll have to re-roll stealth.
We can't
Randy
investigate
person or
while
everybody?
stealthy.
Well, the thing is, investigating properly will mean moving object around. So
Oh.
while someone outside might not see you, someone inside would easily be able to identify you, or someone looking inside, and your stealth roll would be ruined on anyone seeing you. So.
I think if we don't see anyone, we should assume the hag just knew we were coming, and that it's probably aware, and we should just keep moving.
Okay.
It also could have dipped into the ethereal plane.
Yeah, but if it dipped into the ethereal plane, there's not a lot we can do anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, like personally, I think Raimi would actually be curious about if perhaps they left anything like behind or of note in this area,
Okay.
because like they've probably been like hanging out in there for a little bit,
Uh-huh.
or at least presumably if he investigated, there might be evidence of like others possibly like cohabitating with them, or if they've just been there by themselves the whole time.
Well, we could have one person investigate, and then we wouldn't have to all reroll our stealth.
Would that work?
Yeah. Tobiyashi, I think the sound is not going through your headphone because we can hear it. What was I saying? Oh yes, someone staying and the others moving on. Yeah, yeah. Technically, anyone who would be staying and investigating would break their stealth roll, and those who would keep on going would not need to re-roll. The only question is, do you want to split the
Or
party
do you
like
want to
this?
split the party like that? I don't really want to split the
Well, I
party.
don't think we
like
have to
that.
split the party. What I'm saying is we have literally the rest of us kind of watch guard outside while stealth, while one person goes in and investigates,
Oh,
and the other people just kind of watch them and make sure that they don't get attacked. But we also stay hidden. And then maybe even if the hags don't know all of our locations, they think we've split up, or they think that person's on their own, kind of like a bait and switch.
I'd be done for that.
Okay. So, who reveals themselves?
It should be someone that's not Remy, because Remy's casting Pass Without a Trace, but who has good investigate.
So, Tobiyashi.
I mean, I have very good investigate, but I will. Of all of us to reroll a stealth, mine is most likely to be much, much worse.
Fair.
Alright, well, Tobiyashi, it looks like you were volunteered. So, do you want us to roll for you, or do you have what you need to roll?
Got it.
Again, the app is way better. After 2021.
Oh, nice.
Alright. 21, alright. So, you start rummaging through the inside of this abandoned hut. You takes a moment. You try and find clues about the living of this person, and it takes a few minutes. But you do find that the pottage that she has, that seemed to be coming from the inn. The pot itself, you've seen it being served to people. At least a pot that looks like this. They probably have several. So either that person in her human form goes about their business as if there were someone, or someone is regularly bringing food to them. You also found scribbled on a note maybe 12 names. 7 of them have been circled. 2 of them have been crossed, and one of them has a weird spot drawing on them. The others, they don't have anything special on them.
Well, I'll take it.
Speak closer to your phone, please.
He said he took the letter.
Okay.
Yes, I took it.
I can barely hear him, so.
Sorry, yeah,
Alright. That's about it. You do notice that the bedroll is not completely cold. So there was someone here probably less than half an hour ago. That I didn't hear.
I'll take it.
Okay, I think I heard that you're taking this.
Yes.
Okay. So you have the note and you have a bedroll? We could hear you so much better a few minutes ago. What changed?
It's probably just he's in a less area with worse signal.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, I take it. I'm just gonna take the note.
Hey.
Hey, yeah, that's better. All right, so you take the note. Good.
Take the note and hurry back to the group and restart.
Okay. Remy, while he's doing this inside with your really good perception, There's one thing you sort of notice as you're all waiting and keeping guard. Someone's been looking at your group. There's a high tower in the middle of this settlement. There's one person completely covered. He just is like this, looking straight in your direction. And you're pretty sure that's not supposed to happen.
Get up. Get up.
You're muted.
Whoops. Can he make out the general shape of that person?
Humanoid. It's hard to tell if it's female or male. Probably human. The figure has a bow on them.
Mm-hmm.
Like a ribbon, right?
No. Like the weapon that shoot projectile. One thing that you do notice as you see this, they look pretty relaxed. You don't know why, but you just feel it inside of you. Feels like that person, she's smiling. But not an evil smile, just a, what are you doing kind of smile.
Let's go talk to them. Let's meet up.
So Raimi says, "The eagle watches its prey from above.
Then we should bring the eagle down to earth.
Raimi's eyes more wide, mostly because, that means something else.
Let's go see what they want, since it doesn't really seem like we're able to find the hags right now.
Alright. So you all make your way to this central tower.
Nope.
Okay. Just wanted that probation. Alright.
Does she seem to react as we make our way towards her, or does she not? Do they? I guess we don't know if it's a he or a she.
Well, for a long while, you have no idea. You probably get within 50 feet of that tower before you start hearing a voice. And that's when you clearly identify this as a woman. You just hear, "What you doing?" You know you're not supposed to be up at night right now.
We are trying to root out the evil that plagues this town.
Well, from where I'm standing right now, you look like evil people trying to see evil in town. You're the one
well-
skulking about and going into homes and houses.
Officer, not-
I heard screaming in the alleyway.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Are you not aware of the 3 hags that have infiltrated your town?
Is that what infiltrated this town? I was wondering. Well, of course there's something evil lurking about. There's always something evil lurking about in this place.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I guess it's rude of me to just barge in like this and start talking. Everyone here calls me Night Guard. What do they call you?
Night Guardians. I don't know.
Day man.
Time Knights.
So, do I just call you Time Knight 1, Time Knight 2, Time Knight 3, and Time Knight 4?
Yes.
Yes.
Who's
Sure, I'm
1,
one.
who's 2, and who's 3, and who's 4?
I'm 3 because 3 is the magic number.
Okay.
I'm clear.
And what about you, Feathery One? Which one are you?
Amy holds up 4 talons.
So we got 3, we got 4.
I'm 1.
And you're 1. So, alright. So, tell me, 3. You look like someone who's used to pushing back the darkness.
Yeah.
What are you hunting right now with 1, 2, and 4?
At the moment, we are hunting what I believe to be 3 night hags that have infiltrated this village. However, they are making it difficult as they just keep jumping into the ethereal plane whenever we get close.
Yeah, that can be a problem. And what's your opinion on that one?
Fisher, that's you.
Oh, on that one, as in referring to one, not that one, as in like that one over there. Sorry, I got confused.
Who's on first?
Yeah, exactly. What do you mean? I mean, yeah, it's annoying.
No, I mean about what your friend just said.
That we're hunting some hags.
You know, it's important to make sure that everyone is on the same page. You never know. Just in case you're not listening or trying to figure out how you can slash the bottom part of my little tower. Try and... how did you put it? Ground me?
How tall is the tower?
It's about 50 feet tall. It's a pretty tall tower.
I more meant through meditation and tea. You know, like grounding yourself in a spiritual
Oh,
manner.
yes. You look like someone who drinks a whole lot of tea.
I'm more of an alcohol guy myself, but you know.
Yeah, that sounds better. The number 2 is most likely the one who is the most tea-minded one in your group, I think.
Yeah.
How long have you been here?
About 6 months. Everyone seems to like me a whole lot. I don't know why.
Why haven't you dealt with the hags yet, then? You seem to be so observant.
Well, here's the thing. I can't prove anything. I've noticed a difference in the way people talk, and I've heard someone trying to talk into my ears from time to time. But it's always a problem when you're trying to slay something that can shift shape. You
Yeah.
need proof, otherwise people think you just killed one of their friends. And then they try to kill you.
Well, that's why we're trying to steal an object from them. We're trying to steal their object that allows them to shift.
Oh,
But it's hard to get the jump on them.
Yeah. Well, tell me if I can help in any way possible. I'll probably do my best. I mostly spend the night up, and I sleep during the day, so...
Seen anybody else walking around at night?
Well, there is this group of people that insist on being called 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's very odd. But other than that, well... the guards have been doing more rounds tonight. That's a bit out of place. Always walking in pairs.
We know two of their guards are kind of their, I don't know, underlings. I guess that's what we should call them.
The two new ones.
The two new ones.
Well,
Also, do you know who lives in this hut?
that out over
normally?
there.
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't mingle a lot. She mostly just moves about the perimeter of this place and puts salt in the wards.
Oh, she's probably one of the hags, but
Well, then in that case, that's probably a bad thing, since the wards is the main thing that's keeping out the undeads out. So,
yeah.
maybe one of you should make a round on the wards, make sure they're all active. How about you, Mr. Four? You look like someone who can cast Assault Ward. Yeah, I see your book. I'm nosy like this.
We'll get around to it.
I mean, during this conversation, is Remy getting like any particular vibes about them? Like, are they just simply somebody who is like, like a being playful for playful's sake, or
Make an insight
does
roll.
it feel like there's more of an intention?
Make an insight roll.
It's 26.
Alright, 26.
Just side note, it's always great when the rogue's proficiency bonus goes up, just because
It actually goes up twice.
especially since like we're at the level when I took the feat to have 5 expertise.
So that's what you get. I just sent you the message privately. Because of your background, you've seen quite a few of those. So you know that
Okay.
they're their general alignment. But also you know that when they do this purposefully, they can be very dangerous.
Hmm. I think Raimi would in response to that nod, but then he also kind of starts moving one of his talons like a little bit along his beak and then tapping it, roughly translating to know what I'm saying, which normally means one thing, but he's taking dual purpose for this.
The thing that's odd is that you're doing this and you say you're trying to mime your character rubbing your nose, but for some reason your camera is removing your finger as you're stroking your nose. So we just basically see this going.
Oh, I wonder if it's because it's technically seeing it as going into the background.
Yeah, I know.
Because of my impact image.
You just lost a finger. Oh god. All right.
He's basically saying if if she's of that persuasion, or if it's just if she has that kind of background.
Let's just see.
Since he technically knows a few himself.
Okay. Which book is this one already? Oh yes, it's in this book here. All right. So. Okay. Oh. That would make more sense. All right. All right. So. Right. Yeah, I guess that could work. All right. Checks with you for a moment. Yeah, sure. Why not? Well, I have to remain here because I'm the night guard, but I can keep a watch, of you specifically. If something happened, just look for my arrow. If I see something bad going your way, I'll shoot your way. Just don't move. I think you're muted, audience.
I said don't move or don't move from our regular pattern, which would just be walking.
I mean, remain still. I might miss.
I don't feel like you're gonna miss.
Well, you never know. The wind might blow. you sort of have this moment where you look around. Wind? What wind? It's been pretty quiet for the last 5 days.
All right. So are we checking the salt board? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, might as well.
All right.
By the way, did she seem to have like any recognition, or did she just kind of like?
Repeat what the recognition that you're specifically looking for.
Oh, like when he made that movement, because essentially he was like doing a like a testing if like she possibly knows or understands thieves' camp or recognizes
okay.
it. Because he was at least trying to do it subtly, because she seems to try to be keeping things close to her chest.
Yeah. Well, you get the impression that she has an understanding of it, although you might have to speak using simple words, because one, she's not from your realm, and two, it's not a native language, unlike technically you.
Well, it's like, to a certain degree, that was like part of the reason why he did it, because like, one, if they were from the same place or not, and then two, if she could recognize it.
You get the impression she either was born here or she comes from another realm entirely. But there is a recognition that she recognized it was Thief Camp, and she has a general understanding of it, but not a precise.
Like if nothing else, she'd been like possibly exposed to it through
Yeah.
others rather than. Yeah.
Rather than being a language, she's fluent in. Sorry.
Hmm.
Well, be careful on your exploration. Don't let the night bugs bite.
Steady hands, steady hearts.
Well, usually, one is used to reach through something to get the other. Just make sure it's not a hag. She gives you all the wink. Sort of had that moment of, oh yeah, right. You know, when they're you know, there could be a hag right now with a hand reaching through me. I don't like this.
Like clipping, like in some sort of video game.
Yeah.
As we walk back to someone being like, so if a hag is in an ethereal realm and sticks her arm through you and then comes back to our realm, does she automatically pierce your chest with her arm?
Generally, how that kind of magic works is you will be shunted away and
And it's gonna hurt.
take some force damage in the meantime.
It's almost like from a design
Magical
standpoint, they thought of that.
I know this. Out of game. Audience in game is the
Well, yeah, no, it's just like there's just like a number of people who just like immediately would want to like I just want to auto kill anything by just
Yes,
like
obviously.
the Ant-Man and Thanos
The
situation.
same thing with Create Water. It's the whole meme around Create Water.
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about that.
Okay,
It'll probably hurt their wrist more than you.
cool. Alright, let's go check on these salt wards and see if there's something amiss.
Alright, sounds good.
Or you guys check on it and I'll stand there and look cool because I don't really know what I'm doing.
You just know that there's a woman looking at you right now, and she's so cocky, she's probably high level. For audience, that's...
I don't know. I was just kind of disappointed. She couldn't tell that there were 3 hags. We did more work than her in one night than she did in 3 months.
I don't know, it seems
Above
like she
table.
might be missing a screw or two.
I mean,
Disappointing.
above table, I think the implication of her words is that like she had her own suspicions but had no means of proving it and knows better than to
Go digging
stir
around and
things
get
up without
herself killed.
evidence.
Seems like a weak excuse to me, honestly, but okay.
Also, Fisher, there's probably a realization because you're the most martial-minded person of this group.
Mm-hmm.
She has a bow. That's probably one of the most feared weapon in this realm. A way to hurt someone at such a long distance, there's no way they can hurt you. And some of those people can actually heal themselves. That's pretty dangerous for someone living in here.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Yeah, let's go check on those wards. Because
Alright.
that would be not super fun to get ambushed by a bunch of zombies in the middle of the night.
Alright. You start investigating the ward. One by one. Who wants to make a investigation roll? Tobiyashi.
Me!
I'll help out Fisher however he needs help to give him advantage.
Thank you. I'm gonna use my coin.
Oh
Damn
no,
it.
with an advantage roll?
I just rolled 2 twos.
Oh boy. Third two? 2 twos and a
No.
one?
Hey, 222.
2 twos and a
You can make a wish
3.
on that.
No. That's still an 11.
God damn it. Well, you know, she did say that Remy should be the one doing this, but hey, okay.
I am a
Remy.
plus 8.
Would it be
I
fair to
just
say
rolled-
that Raimi off to the side does his own investigation? Since the audience was helping Fisher
You
specifically.
can.
Well, yeah, if
Don't stop
you stop being the stealth element of the group, you could always move forward and, you know, check a few wards by yourself.
You know,
At least half
it's
of them
fine
are
if
gonna
people
be
find us, or at least find them, because at least audience can wordsmith his way around things if people are getting weird.
Listen,
But it's a lot harder to deal with a bunch of oncoming zombie attacks in the middle of the night.
listen. I still rolled a 21 in stealth, so even if you leave me, I'm doing okay.
I don't think Remy wants to hear that.
Okay, Raimi gets a 23.
Okay. So, at least the wards you're investigating, you look at them all, as many as you can, and, you know, they look okay. Don't look like they've been tampered with. Some of them might need to be a little bit of refilling, but all in all, as best you can tell, they look okay. Although there is that element in your mind that just keeps whispering, if they've been doing rounds, shouldn't it be constant? You know, this one has a lot, this one has just a little bit less, and this one has a little bit less, and this one a little bit less, and not, oh, this one is full, this one is half empty, this one is 2/3 full, this one's nearly empty, this one.
Oh, because like I would assume that like we're kind of like, you know, like doing like a literal like a round trip.
Mhm.
If possible, could Raimi, as he is like doing his investigation, kind of like try to draw out if there's like any like particular patterns, like if he starts like marking in some way, it's like, hey, like about this much, and then like as we're like going around, just like and see if he can like detect any patterns while he's doing that.
Yeah, that would be another investigation roll. A new puzzle for you to solve.
I'm gonna be really sad when I start rolling like
For combat.
anything. It's that'll be a 29.
Damn, alright.
Which is like I haven't rolled below like a 10 on the die so far, and that's what makes me scared.
Roll for combat! Remy, what did you roll? Natural 1. Shut up, I don't want to hear it. Alright, so at least the ward you've seen. Fisher, for you, everything looks fine, you know, it's good, it's fun. You're looking at Salt Ward, it's a bit... Oh,
Yeah.
but hey, you're just looking at...
I do believe I have. I mean, I have copied it, but I don't think I've ever actually cast it yet. So I'm like, that, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
all-
The
it's in a
enchantment
ring.
looks okay. It looks active. All right, we're good. Audience next.
Yeah.
And it's weird. Eventually, when both of you meet up, there's sort of this element where you started there, and Fisher, you went this way, and Remy went this way. Usually, you'd be going back and arrive on the other side like this, but it's not. It looks like Remy took his time, damn it. It doesn't. You don't meet perfectly there. It's more like, oh, you're meeting up there. Damn, Remy, what did you do? That was so slow.
Yep.
Remy,
Remy, we've got a lot to do tonight. We gotta...
looking at all these wards, you sort of. It's not an obvious pattern, but you think you figured out something. It's a nice way to make it look like the ward failed in an organic manner. So one would fail, and that failure would cause another ward to overtax its ability and burn through the remaining salt, meaning that this one would close, this one would close, this one would close, creating a small gap and not just a. So it's a subtle way of creating a breach that no one would be able to say, oh, someone messed with the ward. It's not, oh, yeah, one failed and it brought the another one with it, and because of that, a huge breach was caused, and then everyone inside, and that's why everyone died. Okay, problem solved. No one was at fault.
A hole's been breached.
All right.
It's like a, hey, barkeep, there's a hole in my cup.
Where? Did you find one over on your side? We didn't find any over here.
I think Rainy would, the best way that he can, like it. Maybe this is why he started writing it out. Just like turning his picture over, and showing it to Fisher to try to enhance meaning.
So shows.
Fisher couldn't find any. I stood here and looked cool.
And maybe Raimi would additionally actually, I don't know how old dominoes are.
You have gnomes in your world, so they can be pretty old. I feel like dominoes would be a perfect example of life for gnomes. So yeah, no, it could probably be okay.
All right, then Raimi would also like minor illusion, like a tipping domino set.
Where one they just start falling, and then one is just a little bit too far off, and and you hear everyone and the illusion going
Well, this is good evidence we could use, because they know there's a woman who does the salt wards. So if we leave the salt wards damaged, we could be like, hey, look, the salt wards are damaged. These are the people that did it. And at least that would be evidence that one of them was against the town, and then we kill her.
Fisher Terranat inside of you says, yeah, that's a pretty good idea, unless someone saw you.
So it's like
Yeah, they could easily just accuse us of...
No, because we have the night guard on our side.
it's like
Night Watcher. I don't know.
it's like
You Sorry, you turned around and no, we got the night guard, and you point in her direction, and you just see her go, here, birdie, birdie, birdie.
I don't know how much clout the night guard carries, seeing as it seems like she is on a completely different schedule than everybody else.
Like-
And
Yeah, but she
A
got a
bit.
bow.
weird.
But
Yeah,
Mr.
she might
Guard,
be weird, but
but
she's
Mr. Guard,
observant.
Mr. Guard, how can you punish me when there's reasonable doubt? I think that's the term you use.
Okay,
Like
so
a
we
very
do a
sweet
trial
sounding woman's voice.
we do a trial between us and the woman, and then we win the trial. I'll be our lawyer.
Damn,
Ah.
I will admit, if you really try and do this, this will be the first time I ever have to do a trial in Dungeons and Dragons.
Did Tobiyashi at the beginning of this session like literally mention the Salem witch trial?
Yeah,
Yes.
my trial will be pointed at her in Screaming Witch. That's how it works.
Nice.
And I think Tobiyashi right now, I think he's not on the call right now. No, he's not on the call. I think he would say once again, you know, I've heard about this story of people hunting witches somewhere in the West. It didn't end well.
Unsurprising.
So I'm just saying that's an option
Uh-huh.
if we don't fix the wards, or we can fix the wards and guarantee the sound safety.
Sounds like to me that we need to have a bit of a change in our roster.
I agree. We should drop Toby.
Sorry. God. You guys, you don't think it's a bit harsh?
He's getting too slimy.
I think we should. Well, technically, we actually have a roster spot open because Jorg left. I think we should pick up the Knight and the Night Watcher.
Uh-huh.
So is it official? Jorg officially left? He's not going to be coming back?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, then I'll start thinking about this for when you get back to the guard. Oh.
But if anyone likes, they could possibly like roll to see what Raimi actually meant. Because you guys seem to have gone with the joke.
10.
Give me a second. Nat. No. Wait. 8.
Remy, you feel disappointed in your friends.
Listen, I said exactly what audience thought he meant.
Yeah. For some
That wasn't
reason,
even
right
a joke.
now, you miss... You really miss Orunak, who always seems to be able to understand at least part of what you're saying.
Raimi just feels so tempted to try to play.
What if? So what do we want to do? Do we want to fix the wards, or do we want to like try and use the wards as a way to get evidence?
So
Remy, do you mean we should get more people on our side? And then so we should use it as evidence, or
well, Raimi is going to okay, he's going to do a couple different things. He's going to like take the like the mini map that he's been drawing, point it says like reporting captain, and then Raimi is going to hold up his hand and like hold up one talon, then 2 talons, then 3 talons, then 4 talons.
Fisher,
Aye, sir.
Fisher from inside of you hear...
you want to report this to the 4 guards that aren't working with the hags?
Mm,
No.
shakes his head.
Fisher from
I
inside of
tried.
you hear Terranan go, oh, no, I think he wants you to dance. 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, I don't think so.
1 Mecca, 2 Mecca, 3 Mecca, right?
No, please, not that song.
All right, you get the nutmeg, you get the cinnamon, you watch the pot.
I think we're making Christmas cookies. Terranad
And
says.
then points back to the drawing.
Or are you saying we
Okay.
should all team up to repair the ward? Or split up?
So
Or get
Remy
more
shakes his
people to
head
help?
and he's going to point to. Well, actually, no, he's not going to point to. He is going to minor illusion a small group of the villagers.
Get the villagers to repair the ward.
It's like Remy nods. It's like, aye, aye, sir.
We could also tell the priest, because the priest would hold sway. The priest that was here last night.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like, to be fair, it's not like totally out of the realm that there'd be hags that have infiltrated. I mean, these villagers know that hags exist, and there are a lot of hags on this island chain. So it's not like we're like saying something crazy.
Uh-huh. I'm just thinking we seem to not have great reputation already.
I don't think we don't have great reputation. I think people are just like,
Uh-huh.
it's
All right.
different.
Remember,
right?
Remy,
Like,
we should be discreet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, we get the priest on our side, though. The priest holds sway.
You want us to give this information to the villagers so they can fix it without accidentally implicating us in some way.
So, this is gonna be a regular thing? Huh?
Okay, I don't want to spend
You
a lot
lost
of
me.
days here, to be fair, is my thing. I don't want to make this a dragged out thing.
Remy
How
is
many
going to
days
minor
to-
illusion the villagers and say that again.
To
Oh,
be fair,
you-
when was the night coming? Because the night's trusted. All we have to do is stall till the night gets here. And then we can just be like, hey, the night, they're hags in this
Uh-huh.
village. And then the
Right,
night will
right.
give us the credibility we need.
Raymond, are you saying get the villagers to do it instead of the person who normally does it so they can keep it up themselves?
It's like Remy lets out a deep sigh and like nods like vigorously.
Or just goes, yes, we got there.
Okay, how would we convince them to do that?
Remy just pulls out his zombie puppet and going, "Arr, arr."
Oh, yeah, just, okay. Sure. I mean, I'm okay. Or we go with the woman to check the words, and then when she's out checking the words, we gut her. Okay, never mind. That's a little too much.
I think that'd be pretty obvious of like what.
No, because if we kill her, doesn't the illusion drop?
I guess maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, usually polymorph. That's how creature that can shape change. That's how it works. Usually.
Yeah. Yeah. So we just kill them, and then they shift into hags, and then we're like, see? Murder. Always the answer.
Remy, there's one flaw in audience problem. You know that they're not bound to a single shape. They can shapeshift in any type of women they want.
Well, but if they're dead, they can't shapeshift.
You didn't hear that. That was Remy's inside talking to him.
It's like, and suddenly Yali steps through.
The point.
Okay, well, if Amiali stepped through, our audience would definitely stab them. 'Cause no reason to be here.
Remy, the point would be there would be no way for you to know for sure if the person that you're actually killing is a villager or a hag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, well, wouldn't we just say, is this the person who's been doing the words?
You can try. You're not sure if it's always the same.
Yeah, it could change. They could also disguise themselves as the person that normally does the wards when they sabotage them.
So there
And
could
that's
be
why-
2 people.
And then Raimi insists on like again, like counting upward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Again, but doesn't the knight literally supposed to get here like tomorrow?
The day after tomorrow. You'd still have
Oh.
a full day to spend in this town. And the night should be there in the morning of the next one.
Yeah. So all we have to do is wait 1 more day, and then the knight gets here, and then we have credibility. So we should just fix the wards, make sure the town stays safe until the knight gets here. And if the hags want to try something, let them. We just take them out.
Alright. Just sustain the wards so that a zombie attack doesn't happen in the next day. And then...
Yeah. And then just basically wait for the knight to get here, and then he gives us credibility. That forces the hags' hands. They have to do something in the next day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still worried about their ability to do something, being turn the town against us, and then we have to fight everybody.
Okay, so we don't let them turn the town against us. There are easy ways to do that. You've already
Okay.
helped the children. Like, just be good people. We've already helped with the dinner. Like, we've done nothing to make the town, like, hate us.
Fair enough. Okay.
Also, if we force their hands, like, their whole point is what their strength is they can hide from us. Like, we can't fight them because they can keep turning into ethereal plane or use illusions to make them appear as something else. Like, if we force their hands, they have to do something.
Mm-hmm.
So just be prepared for whatever they're going to do. We also have their eye, so they don't have the same visual. And we also have their list, so we know what people they might have, like, done stuff with.
Well, you have one list.
We have one list, but we have at least a list of people we know that might be, like, suspicious or they might try and, like, use. I mean, they already know what 2 guards that are could be an issue, but
Raimi, it's like Raimi will point to his beak and minor illusion the priest and not his head, and then he'll point to his beak again, minor illusion the villagers, and then shake his head, and then minor illusion one more time, this time of the hag.
yeah. Talk to the priest about it, but no one else.
Raimi nods.
Okay, I agree with that. Especially since they might also be targeting the priest.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah,
let's
I
fix the wards. Let's fix the
Dig
wards.
that.
We'll let the Night Warden know what we've come up with, and then whatever her name is, Night Watcher, Night Warden. I really don't pay that much attention to her. And
A woman's voice?
She's
You
not
didn't
hot
pay
enough.
attention?
no, I'm saying that because I know it'll annoy her if she's listening.
Okay.
And then we tell the priest.
Alright.
And we should also let her know so she can maybe, like, keep an eye on the priest too, because I do think the priest would be their target.
I mean, because of all the roll you made and because of your high investigation, I just sent you a message. I know I made a whole lot of spelling mistakes. Sorry, I was trying to write fast.
So honestly, I think we just go back to bed, finish up our long rest, or get more sleep, and deal with this tomorrow.
Raimi is going to look to audience and it's like he's going to look to audience, minor illusion the priest again,
Okay.
and like mimicking emotions like fuck curses.
Are you
As he
saying
kinda
that? Are you saying that we should tell the priest tonight and not wait till tomorrow? Or the priest might be in danger. They might try and use the priest to turn the town against us.
Uh,
You
Like
know
a-
it's a long process. Remy.
mhm. And it's like Raimi shakes his head, but like he points to the priest again and like repeats, curses.
And all you're saying is the priest is cursed? Are they trying to curse the priest?
Raimi nods.
Which one or two? The priest is cursed, or they're trying to curse the priest?
He holds up both 1 and 2.
Okay, so the priest is cursed, but the curse is not complete.
That could be why he's so tired.
Yeah. I don't have remove curse, right? I don't have that yet.
You're 9th level. You have 3rd level spells.
It's on the paladin spell list.
Yeah, I think I have it.
Didn't you do a roll for the hags earlier? No, it was Fisher, right? Fisher, you also did a roll for the hags?
I believe so.
A simple
Yeah.
spell that audience probably has can at least cut the connection. Not protect him, but cut the connection.
I have
Protection,
to spell magic.
protection from
Yeah.
evil and good is sufficient to
Magic.
break the connection. Not prevent a
Uh-huh.
new one from being made, but at least cut an existing one.
I did
Okay.
not grab. I do not think I grabbed
Remove curse.
remove cursed. I don't. You can do it every. When can you change pal? I actually don't. I've never changed my palette.
In the morning.
At the end of
In
a
the
long
morning.
rest.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
I
that
could
does
grab.
mean-
So I could grab it.
Yeah, but like I said,
Well, you
Fisher,
need to finish.
you know that audience has used protection from good and evil several times, and this could at least cut the connection.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I could do
Yeah.
that.
I also have it, so yeah, with protection from evil and good could also help, at least temporarily.
Okay. Well, so let's go back to bed then. Or do you want to go cast it on him now? Or wake him up and tell him what's going on?
Yeah, the two people that are the least stealthy are going to go cast protection good and evil on the only priest in town. That's gonna go well with the village.
Does he even have it prepared?
I have protection from good and evil prepared.
I have also protection from good and evil prepared.
We could also, I mean, yeah, if he has his own place, like we could just wake him up.
Yeah, and let him know what's going on.
Yeah, I think it might be a good idea to do that tonight.
Okay. Let's do it.
Alright, squad, move out.
Remy, I think you're gonna remember that. That was a perfect sound, perfect pitch. All right, squad, move out.
I'm gonna give the night watcher / warden a thumbs up as we like walk away. Like, we got it. We're doing things. She doesn't know
guess-
what we're doing, but we're doing things.
Although I guess as we're moving through town, I guess Raimi himself will keep an eye out for any stray arrows that seem to have popped in there before.
Wait, didn't she say she heard what I said when I was already all the way over at the shack? Because I said the thing about bringing the eagle to the ground, and she commented on that. So does that mean she can hear me from across town?
Damn.
Okay, I'm just gonna say exactly what we're doing then, just kind of to myself, but out, and then hope she just understands what's going on and she can hear it because she heard what I said before.
Yeah, it's like she's been preparing for a while for this. Like she's been gathering information. Who knew?
Wild.
So
And
yeah,
she'll definitely be thinking about you tonight, but not like that.
but maybe like that. You never know. She's kind of crazy.
That's why you like women. The crazier they are, the more you think about them.
We're going to the priest.
All right. So, you make your way to the temple. This thing that used to be a temple that now just looks like a collection of pillars. You see this sort of room that doesn't have a roof anymore. There's a long drape that's been put on top of what used to be the roof. Just as you're about to enter this little room, you hear someone go, "Hey, what are you doing?" It's a male voice.
Who is it?
Your attention turns around, and it's one of the 6 guards. What are you doing here? Why are you here in the middle of the night?
We're working with the Night Watcher. Go talk to her about it.
I was gonna say make a deception roll, but no, that's true. So make a persuasion roll.
18.
Damn. Okay. I haven't heard anything about this. Just don't do anything. I'm gonna go settle this. And he makes a few sidestep and keeps looking at you and looks at the night guard. And, he sort of reluctantly turns around and starts running toward the night guard.
All right. Okay, let's ignore him and go do what we needed to.
Alright, sounds good.
I liked my immediate just go talk to my superior, and he's like, "Fuck."
Alright, well, the best he could understand of you was a 14, so you completely rolled him.
All right. Well, hopefully she'll cover for us. I don't know if she will though. She's I'm not sure about her. So let's get this done quickly.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Alright, so you quickly enter the room and you find yourself in this small room with very dim light. There's this just faint wisp on the table. You get the feeling that it's some sort of spell acting as a light source, but very dim. You see the priest, and even in his resting state, he is extremely agitated, and he keeps coughing. It's usually someone that coughs like this, it would wake him up, but he seems to be so deep in his dream that nothing's happening.
Gonna use another divine sense to make sure there's not a hag like literally there, like affecting his dream right now. Or just if there's one nearby.
Yeah. You push your divine sense out and you don't feel any presence except the touch of fiend and evil on the priest, as if you can nearly see the handprint on top of his chest.
Oh, okay. So there might be a hag here, but we can still break the connection if there is.
I think it's just you're sensing their effect.
Their effect. Well, it could be if I don't know. That's hard for me to say. There could be one, but also again, they can't do anything unless they come out of their ethereal plane. So, which I'd be fine with. So, I'm gonna cast protection from good and evil on the dude.
Raimi will hand you the flask of holy water necessary to cast it.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Remy.
So you pour the water on your hands, you invoke your god.
Or powdered silver and iron. Yeah, I don't think I have any powdered silver and iron either, so it has to be holy water.
You pour the flask on your hands, you invoke your god,
Unfortunate.
and you make the prayer on him. blessing him. And
And while doing so, also kind of trying to wake him up.
wake up!
Slap!
Just like
Also, you're
Tinder.
protected now. You're protected now.
His sleep felt unnatural up to the point where your spell started to take effect, and he immediately started to and while he's coughing, this time his eyes open. What are you doing here?
Your sleep is being affected by night hags that have infiltrated the town. I just cast protection from evil and good on you to break their spell that was holding you.
He takes a moment and looks at you. He looks at your hand, takes one of your hand and looks inside. Just smell water.
He's a priest. He'll know that I'm not lying.
Yeah, you have divine abilities.
Yes. You probably know why I don't go around flaunting them.
Yes, I can understand. I'll remain discreet. Thank you. That makes sense. I don't know why I didn't see it.
They've been sabotaging the salt wards around the town. They need to be
Maybe it doesn't necessarily make sense, but Raimi would pull out his drawing.
We also know they've been affecting the people of the town, affecting their dreams. I'll bring out the list because he might know more of the people. These are some of the people that we think may have been affected. We also found both one of their eyes to view as well as magic around. What was the boy that was on Fisher?
I don't.
Did you get a name or just a
You
child?
You never woke
I
him
don't
up, so
think I
you
got
know.
Okay, just one of the
Yeah.
children. They were also affecting his dreams, so they're definitely like attacking the minds and different members of the town. We also know that the 2 new guards that came in with the last woman are under their control
Or at least working with them in some capacity.
or working with them.
That's a lot.
That's a lot after I just woke up like a minute ago.
Yeah, you want some coffee for that, or?
I hope you won't mind me, but can you swear on your holy emblem that what you're saying is true?
I swear on my holy emblem that what I'm saying is true.
Right.
So maybe even if you don't do it yourself, just like casually holds out like gets out like his emblem and like puts it on your hand real quick.
No, I have my own. I have my emblem. I'll swear it on my emblem.
Right. Make persuasion roll with advantage.
Okay. 25.
All right.
Nice.
Okay.
Attaboy.
Right. Those names. Well, I'd assume that those that are circled are people they've been trying to sway. I recognize the 2 names that are crossed. One died 5 weeks ago, and the other one 2 months ago on a hunt. And this one, the physician said that he died naturally, just from an infection. I guess he might also be. The one with the weird mark on it. That's Night Guard. Isanra. That's her name. I don't know what that dot means. It's not a circle, so
Maybe a threat?
maybe.
I don't know.
She mentioned she's been suspicious, but hasn't been able to do anything.
Yeah. She didn't seem to be under their sway because we talked to her tonight, and I assume if she was under their sway, she would have probably... She had opportunities to stop us from investigating tonight that she did not take.
Yeah,
So,
she's an odd character, but I trust her. And anyways, she's friends with the knight. He's actually
Yep.
the one who sent her here. So
I see. We know he's supposed to be here in one more day, so we're saying... And we don't know if the hags know this, but we're feeling that if they want to do something, they're probably going to try and... Their hands are probably going to be forced within the next day. So we wanted to make you aware of the situation.
oh,
Because,
I guess we're gonna have to prepare for something then. All right. One of the circled name is the mayor of the settlement, so don't talk to anyone you don't trust. I'm gonna have to come up with an evacuation plan. If the settlement is attacked, we really don't have the resource to push back more than a small force.
no. I think one of the most important things, too, is we need to fix the wards before it's too late.
Yeah,
But we wanted to warn you first.
I'll night hags, right? I'll ask some of the boys to take care of the wards. That should at least
I hate
guarantee
to say
it's
this
not.
too, but I don't think you should go back to sleep until this is all over.
Yes, right. Oh, that's an interesting dilemma. The only way I can truly refill all of my spiritual energy is by sleeping, but if I sleep, I become vulnerable to them. Guess I'm gonna have to rely on ritual castings. Right. Thank you for warning me. I'll do everything I can.
Okay. I'm gonna wait back here with you because there was a guard and I couldn't tell if it was one of the new guards outside, but I don't want him to take action, so I'm gonna at least stay with you until he gets back, if he comes back.
Right. Okay. Let's see.
I'm probably not gonna go back to sleep. Well, I guess we could take shifts if we want to go back to sleep, Fisher. If we want to just... But I don't even
You
know
can
if
go
any
back
of
to
us...
sleep. I could hang out and watch.
I just don't know if the hags could attack me in my sleep either, but...
It
Hags.
seemed like
Hags can try anything while you sleep. They just need to.
they need to.
I don't know how many there are, but each hag can make a haunting. That's what will affect you.
Do they need to physically contact you to do it?
They can do this from the ethered plane.
Yeah, so I don't think any of us should honestly sleep. I'll be okay. Like, I have enough resources that if something happens tomorrow, I should be okay, but...
Protection from good and evil will prevent or cut the connection. If you have the ability to cast a magic circle also, that can work.
Yeah.
Nah, that's a bit high for me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Okay, well then.
Amy looks at audience.
Yes, but I would have to sleep to switch my spells.
Right.
Which I can't do.
All right. Well, do your best. I'll have to start preparing something immediately.
Okay.
Um,
Well, honestly, I think it's better if at least a few of us stay here with you until...
yes.
Because I believe you're one of their main targets.
I'm not surprised.
We should also go probably... Someone should go check on the night guard too, because I don't think anyone who's working against the hag should be on their own right now. We should try and keep everyone at least somewhat grouped.
All right. Well, then always walk in pair. That's the best advice I can give.
So, Fisher, do you want to stay here with the priest, or do you want me to stay here with the priest?
I'll stay with the priest.
Okay.
So
You stay with the priest.
yeah.
Toby,
I
Fisher,
say
stay
Raimi
with
would
the
raise his hand.
Oh,
Okay.
Remy, you want to stay with the priest?
Raimi nods.
Okay, Toby, you and I are gonna go check on the night guard. Then make sure that we're and we'll just stay up tonight.
All right.
It's gonna be a long day tomorrow.
Especially since you're all gonna have to do a roll for exhaustion during the day.
Yeah.
You all had the equivalent of a short rest, just don't have the equivalent of a long rest.
Yeah. I mean, we had 4 hours of sleep, so we're just gonna be that like weird tired of it's like you've slept, but you're not like it wasn't a good sleep.
No.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, well, except Fisher, because he can stay aware. So he's the only one who can actually take a long rest.
Yeah. Get wrecked, nerds.
All right, me and Toby go back towards the
All right. So
night watcher.
you stay there, and when you arrive to the night guard, you sort of have this moment of, oh yeah, I should have known. So what do you mean? Then that's night guard talking. Are you saying that 1 said that 2 needed to help 3 do something, or was it 4 that said that 2 needed 1? You see the guard. Which one is 2? Which that's easy. The one that's 2 is the only one that spoke last. He was very quiet. It's number 2. Don't be mistaken with when you do number 2. That's not the same thing. 1, that's not the same thing as when you do number 1. Oh, and as a matter of fact, I think I see 3 arriving.
Yeah. We're here to report.
3? Who's 3? Oh, you're 3?
Yeah.
So 3 was saying...
We're here to make a report.
Oh, goodies. And what did you see?
I'll look at the guard. Like, are you gonna stand here while we report?
I think I should, but I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't think you. I think you should, but you also shouldn't.
I'll leave you. And he walks away very confused.
The poor guard.
So, Mr. 3 and Mr. 2.
Basically, I'll explain the situation. Woke up the priest, broke their connection from the curse, and kind of what our plan is, how we think their hags are going to have their hands forced tomorrow, who was on the list, and basically we're just going to try and counteract whatever plan they have going tomorrow, and then wait for the night to get here the next day.
I'm honored that they think I'm a special target.
And yeah, so we're basically just not leaving anyone alone because we assume they're going to try something. So it's to be alone is to be in danger. So we're just kind of grouping with whoever we think might be their priority targets.
Yeah. Well, I don't. Yeah, no. It makes sense. I'll admit. Except for sanity's sake, do you mind telling me the real name of number 2? Because I don't want number 2 to be looking after me. It feels weird when you say it like this.
Okay, his name is Tobiyashi.
All right.
I'm audience.
Oh, good.
Do you have another name besides Night Guard, or is it just Night Guard?
Well, everyone calls me Night Guard, but if you insist. Well, my birth name is Isalna.
Sorry, I need to write stuff down.
Question is she going on your list or is she going on your list?
I'm not answering that question. I just said I need to write things down.
Audience is pleading the fifth.
All right. Well, it's probably a good thing that we keep using code name, and she gives you a wink when she says this.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
can stay as number 3.
Yeah, no, especially there's nothing strange associated with this. Especially, I think that number 2 walks funny.
Yeah, he's had some stuff going on with his anatomy recently, but we're not going to go into all that.
That makes sense. Well, he's going through some changes.
He's hit a late puberty of sorts.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess that's right. Yeah, I mean, his face does look a little bit longer than what a human should be.
How can his
Okay.
balls drop any lower?
Well, this is going to be a long night, so I guess we'll just hang out and let you do your duty and hope. Well,
No, that's
actually, I kind
number
of hope
2. That's not.
Yeah. All right. And that's how the night continues. It's, I guess us bantering with her
Poop jokes.
while also keeping guard and watching for hags.
And there's probably a moment during the night where you can feel some sort of weird feeling for the poor guard, sympathy, and also proud of her for confusing him like this. But like I said, sympathy for him trying to figure out what she was trying to say. There's one thing that does come out quite easily as you're talking to her more and more. She gives off a very strong ranger feeling, and you know their alignment. They're not necessarily lawful, but they're always good. So that always helps to ease things up. And the way that sometimes she says something that tells you that, wow, okay, she picked that up. Huh. You get the feeling that she's a whole lot smarter than she lets on.
I'm fine with that.
And for the end of this stream, Fisher and Remy, there's anything you want to do with the priest?
Ramey's going to at least. He's going to do one thing and then offer another thing.
Okay.
So, first, and I mean, that cat's out of the bag anyway. Do a sweep even with like a detect magic, just to see if there's been any tokens or other oddities that have been placed in the priest's home.
Okay. Detect magic. You have a moment where you do detect magic and you look around. And there's the moment when you look in Fisher's direction and you sort of have this ah. And then you look at your own chest and go ah. You can detect a harmless rune that's been drawn on Fisher's chest and on your chest. You sort of have a feeling that you've been marked as the next problem. Visibly through magic.
We are the problem children.
Well, other than the fact that when you do detect magic and you go over Fisher, there's a moment of my eyes. But you detect that it's it's a very subtle spell. You get the impression that it's cantrip level, just a marking made with a cantrip. But you've been marked in a way that they can probably see from where they are. So at least one of them was following you during the night.
I kind of assumed.
I mean, duh. But,
well, you have confirmation now. That's always nice.
But yeah, I feel like Framey's kind of like investigating the room and like with that on, like doesn't find any like
No, you don't find anything
odd tokens or
more.
anything. And the second thing that that Raimi would offer, like, which might require some like extra symbolage, but like he would slowly start like taking out empty flasks, and then like point to himself, like and make the noise of like water filling a glass.
You need water in those vials, or you can pour water in those vials?
I believe he's asking for holy water.
Raimi makes so and points to himself. Like, so what do you need, love?
Oh, you want to make holy water. Hold on.
Like, Raimi makes a, like, adopting, like, the child, like, the voice of a maybe petulant child. It's like, I can do it myself.
Oh, okay. So what do you need exactly?
Like, shakes his head and points to him.
Oh, you have everything you need.
Like, what do you need, love?
Oh, you want to know if I need any number of holy water?
Maybe not.
As many as you can make. There's so many different application. I can probably drink one right now and at least have a little bit of healing. If any of you want to sleep, this is the only way that you can actually recover. Most undead have a very strong reaction to it. We're going up against Fiend, so as many as you can make, they can be used for so many things. If you can just make them, why would you hoard them like this? You could live in a palace.
The
If you can just make holy water, you could create your own settlement. You could turn this into a fort. People would just flock at you from everywhere. Oh, sorry.
It's a good thing audience is not there right now.
We're not really looking to.
The moment he
put
says
out
this,
roots here.
sorry, I didn't mean. I don't know if it's a sore subject.
Raimi would respond with, how would he put this? Hey, now I don't like it when so many eyes are on me.
Right. Well, I can understand that. Yeah. Well, as many as you can make. Like I said, there's no lack of use for this. No matter what happens. If this village gets attacked, we're gonna need a large supply of it to heal people after it. We could use a large supply of it to prevent enemies from getting in. We can bless people.
Well, in which case, well, at the very least, like Raimi would do this to not like entirely exhaust himself, but he'll like go over to start laying out flasks, and then the first thing he'll do is ritual cast Unseen Servant.
Okay.
It's like, and then basically like dividing a bit of the labor of this process so that Raimi isn't like literally exhausting himself through the night.
Okay.
Since he's going to be up anyway.
Okay. All right. So you start preparing holy water. And Fisher.
Could I help?
Yeah. Well, you know.
Yeah, if I could help, I could go faster, I would.
Well, it's more or less a question of going fast and more a question of making sure no one gets exhausted by doing one thing in a place where if you sleep you might get cursed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I'll help out.
Okay. All right. Well, I think this should probably be the end of the stream for tonight. Fisher and Remy helping create holy water vial. You'll tell me during the week how many you made. Audience and Tobiyashi staying with Isalna. Getting to know her a little bit better.
Getting to know her.
Well, unfortunately, not as much as audience would want, but she's a bit out of reach, literally.
I mean, he hasn't had much luck with rangers in the past. So.
I don't think I've tried that much with rangers in the
No,
past.
you mostly tried bards. Usually, they're supposed to be the easiest target.
Basically the easy one.
Still, he hasn't succeeded yet.
I've not yet put ranger. Yeah, I've not really gone for rangers.
Well, you can probably try this because, you know, there are a few rangers in the garden.
Well, you think if I'm not going to give you also the codes of how to get out here, you're very wrong. But
like, hey, do you like being here?
So want to go back to my place? That's not as well.
Yeah, that's exactly how you should bring this up.
It's like no. It's like, hey, want to get out of here? I mean, really, do you want to get out of here?
Yeah.
All right. So with this, we're gonna start the music of the end of the stream, the lovely campfire. It's always nice to end. Oh, it's the sound of crackling fire. So, thank you for being here tonight. We hope you had a very pleasant evening, or whatever part of the day it is where you are, or where you will be when you are watching this. Because I did notice that some people actually watch this on YouTube. That's nice. I don't know if you look at it entirely. They don't tell me that. But, hey, you look at it at least a little. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. We hope you'll be there next week. Next Wednesday or Friday if you're watching this on the rebroadcast. Remember, rebroadcast, if we got 3 raiders or more, we try and raid someone else. Although right now there's not a lot of channel. There's not a lot of D&D channel active on Friday. Well, we'll see what we can do. We might raid Tobiyashi if he's there. So, thank you for being here. See you next week. As always, if you enjoyed the show, there's a way you can support us, and it will be extremely appreciated, especially by me. So you can support us by following us on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Leave comments, likes, If you want to support us even more, there's always the possibility of making a donation, becoming a Patreon, subscribing on Twitch. All of the information for this is below the window if you're watching this on Twitch or YouTube. And if you can't do any of those things, there's always this very free and easy thing you can do, which is spreading the word of this channel. And getting more people to watch us, to talk in the chat, because the chat was pretty quiet today. Happens, but it's fun when there's someone. And who knows, maybe if you make enough donations, no one will die. No, I'm kidding. That never influence if people live or die. Well, except for the player.
Insight check.
How much did you roll?
Or
It's hard to tell, you know? The Dungeon Master seems to be able to really keep his cool as he's saying this, so you're watching it and, I don't know.
For a funnier conclusion, he's into me.
Well, that's more of a natural one, but hey, you weren't that far, so maybe. I'll have you know that there's someone else outside of this that's actually... Anyways. I'm not in a relationship, but, you know, there's at least one person that interests me outside of here. So,
So someone does interest you in here.
well,
And outside of here.
let's just say it like this. Yes, there is someone that interests me. It's an NPC, but, you know. Alright, so thank you for being here, thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again next week. And as always, stay safe and stay healthy. Good night.
Tenay.